trying little.
Hello and welcome to Monson Made This. My name is Michael. I cook vegan food, so if you are interested in that, definitely click the subscribe button below. Speaking of subscribers, I just hit 20,000 subscribers on my channel, so thank you to all of you new subscribers. And I'm guessing that a lot of you new subscribers to my channel are brand new to the vegan lifestyle, so the recipe I have for you today, which is from Jackie Sobon, aka Vegan Yak Attack's new book, Plant-Based Meal Prep, is perfect for all of you that are just transitioning to this lifestyle. And if you do want to win a copy of this book, I will have the information for you a little bit later in this video. The recipe that I'm going to be making, let's just get right into it, is the dill-roasted chickpeas with potato wedges. In addition to it being in this book, the recipe will also be on my website, monsonmadethis.com, which will be linked below. So I've already got a bunch of stuff set up here ready to go. Let's just start throwing things in a bowl here, and then they go onto a sheet pan, it goes into the oven. Super simple, easy, quick, amazing vegan meal. So let's start. To make things easier on myself, I've already rinsed and drained 2 cans of chickpeas, and then I've already measured my seasonings, and I've also diced an onion. All of this is just going into a bowl with a little bit of olive oil. The recipe does call for, I believe, just like a neutral oil, but that's what I had, so I'm using olive oil. In terms of seasonings, I have some dill, garlic, salt, and some fresh cracked black pepper. And I'm just going to toss this together. This is just going to go onto a sheet pan. God, I love the smell of dill. This is going to go onto a sheet pan, and it is going to bake alongside the potatoes, which in just a moment I will cut up for you, and they get tossed in their own seasoning. Well, this is done. And I've already lined a baking sheet. There's also a Brussel Sprouts component to this. So I have a kind of a larger and a smaller baking sheet. And I'm using the larger one for the chickpeas, just so that I can move them a little bit later and add the Brussels sprouts. So, just going to try to get these into a single layer as best that I can. All right, also my oven is already preheated to 400 degrees, so you definitely want to do that before you start anything else. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside and then I'll start on the potatoes. I'm using small Yukon Gold potatoes here, and I'm just going to be cutting these into wedges. And to do that, I'm cutting them in half, and then I will cut each of those halves into thirds. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of this cookbook, and I will be doing that on my Instagram page. So if you go ahead and follow me on there, it's at Monson Made This. It'll have the full instructions. Just look for the picture of the Plant-Based Meal Prep Cookbook, and it'll have everything you need to know below that. One of the main reasons I'm kind of doing it over there on Instagram is because I'm trying to grow my Instagram page, so doing a giveaway over there helps me do that. Also, this book is actually really special to me because while Jackie was making this cookbook, I was her assistant, and she gave me a really nice shout out in the back of the book. I've tried probably at least half of the recipes in there, whether I was around while she was cooking them and testing them, or whether she sent me home with a bunch of them. While she was going through this process, I swear my fridge was full of all of the recipes from this book, and they were all delicious. So even if you don't win, which, you know, please enter, you definitely need to check out this book. As I said, maybe I didn't say it, but I will have an affiliate link to Amazon in the comments information box below. All right, I'm just about done slicing these potatoes. I'm gonna finish it up, throw them in the same bowl, which I've kind of cleaned a little bit, and then I will season them, toss them, and then these will go on another sheet pan. My potatoes are all chopped up into wedges. Now I'm going to add the seasonings. Again, just some olive oil. And then here I have some lemon pepper, paprika, and a little bit of salt. And if you take nothing else away from this recipe, it is lemon pepper potato wedges. Truly a breakthrough. I'm just tossing these all around, getting the seasoning all over these potatoes, and then I've already got a lined baking sheet here. Smells amazing. Beautiful. So I'm gonna get these into a single layer as well. The chickpeas and the potatoes are going to go into the oven for 20 minutes. While those are cooking, I'm actually going to slice up some Brussels sprouts, or shred them, I guess it is. And then, after 20 minutes in the oven, these will get tossed around. I'll add in the Brussels sprouts with the chickpeas, and then we'll have dinner. All right, so I'm gonna pop both of these into the oven. If you didn't have the ability to put them in side by side, you could definitely do one on a lower rack, one on a higher rack, and just swap them over at the 20-minute mark. So 20 minutes on my timer, and then I'm going to slice up the Brussels sprouts. There's also a delicious sauce, which I'll talk about here in just a sec. All right, so here are the ingredients for the sauce that I just briefly mentioned. And actually, the base of the sauce is a sunflower seed sour cream. You could use a vegan sour cream. I have an amazing recipe on my channel for an Instant Pot soy yogurt. You could also use that. But I actually went ahead and made the, it looks a little weird because I already added some water to it, but I've already made Jackie's or Vegan Yack Attack's sunflower seed sour cream here. So I just added a little bit of water to it, as the recipe says. And then I'm going to be adding a bit of dill. And I love that this recipe calls for dry dill, because sometimes fresh dill is difficult to come by. I'm gonna add a few chives, which I'll chop up here. So this sauce is just a really nice lemony dill sour cream sauce. Just chopping up these chives. I'll probably chop up a little bit extra too, just for some garnish on top. One thing about Jackie's recipes that I noticed is she uses a lot of really easy to source and easy to find ingredients. She does really take into account that not everyone has amazing access to specialty vegan products. So a lot of the stuff that she makes is made out of just really easy to find, wholesome ingredients. And she just transforms the flavors really simply. Delicious food that comes together really quick. And especially with this new book being a meal prep book, you can kind of prep a bunch of stuff and you have delicious meals and components of meals to last you the whole week. So last thing here is some lemon juice. I'm just squeezing it into a bowl and trying to get out the seeds. Last thing, I'm just gonna add a pinch of salt, and then this is gonna hang out in the fridge until the dish is done and we're ready to serve. Sauce is done. I'm just gonna put a silicone lid on it, pop this into the fridge until we're ready to eat, and then I will slice up these Brussels sprouts. Now, I could have purchased some shaved Brussels sprouts. I even have a mandolin slicer, but not everybody has that, so I'm gonna be just doing this with a knife and basically just doing little slices and throwing away the end nub. Might take me a few minutes, so let's go ahead and roll that beautiful montage. What am I trying to say? Roll that B-roll. All right, well, those are all of my Brussels sprouts shaved. These are just gonna hang out until the timer goes off, and then we'll rearrange the pans a little bit. These will go in the oven for 20 more minutes, and then we'll be ready to eat. 20 minutes is up, so I'm going to move these chickpeas to one side of the pan. They smell amazing. I just love that dill smell. I wanna toss them around a little bit just to make sure they cook evenly and spill all over my stove. So these are going on one side, and then on the other side I'm going to put on the Brussels sprouts. Looks like a lot, but of course these will cook down. All right, so this is going back in the oven, and then I'm gonna pop the potatoes out and toss those around as well. These two smell amazing, and I'm just gonna flip each of these over. All the potatoes are flipped, going back into the oven, and then I'm gonna set the timer again for 20 minutes. Perfect, and then all we have to do is wait, and then we're ready to eat. 20 minutes is up, and I am so excited. Everything smells amazing. The house smells delicious. Dill and lemon peppery. I'm really, really excited for these potato wedges. Like I said, if you haven't had lemon pepper potato wedges, you owe it to yourself to try them. All right, I'm gonna let these just kind of cool off for a minute. I'm gonna show you a couple ways to plate these because these can be eaten pretty much right now as they are, or I'll also show you how to package it up so that you have a meal prep for the next day or maybe dinner tomorrow night. So I'll see you back at the island.
Little.
All right, I've got these all plated. If you wanted to eat it now, just throw it on a plate, drizzle it with some of that delicious dill, lemon, sunflower sour cream sauce, or if you're planning on meal prepping this, just put it in a to-go container, dressing on the side so that when you heat this up, or you could even eat it cold if you wanted, you can just drizzle the sauce on right before you eat. Now, this recipe again is from this new cookbook by Jackie Sobon, Vegan Yak Attacks Meal Prep, or excuse me, Plant-Based Meal Prep. If you want to win this book, definitely comment below. Let me know if you are a meal prepper, if this is something that you're interested in doing as you pursue your plant-based journey. Are you planning on meal prepping and doing a lot of stuff in advance? Or are you more kind of a little bit more like me where you just kind of make stuff up on the fly and just eat what you want when you want? Also, if you do want to win this book, definitely go to my Instagram at monsonmadethis. There will also be a link in the description box, below on how to do that. I think that's all I have to say. I am ready to dig in and give this a taste because it all smells so amazing. I'm gonna just drizzle this with a little bit of lemon juice first, and then try to get a little bit of each of these in every bite. The potatoes with the lemon pepper, the dill chickpeas, and this roasted Brussels sprouts. Let's give it a taste. It's such a humble meal, simple ingredients, potatoes, canned chickpeas, Brussels sprouts. That sauce is so bright and lemony, in addition to the extra lemon that I added. It's just a really nice hearty meal, especially for this time of year, still cold outside. Warm up your house by throwing these in the oven. 40 minutes later, essentially, is all it took to make this delicious dish. Filling, hearty, excuse me, protein from the chickpeas, delicious carbs from the potatoes. You have your greens and the Brussels sprouts. Healthy fats, which I'm trying not to use that word healthy, but they are healthy fats in the sunflower seeds in the sauce that's drizzled on top. So you definitely have to make this. Again, the full recipe will be linked below to my website, but you definitely want to get this book as well, which there will be a link to Amazon if you want to buy that for yourself. So, sorry to have my mouth full. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Jackie for letting me cook this recipe from her book on my channel. I will be back next week with a brand new recipe video, so definitely subscribe to this channel if you have not yet already. If you want to watch me finish eating this, definitely follow the link below to my Patreon, which is my Monson Ate This. Small subscription fee there. You can watch all my videos. I think I'm up to like 21 or 22 Monson Ate This videos on there, so please subscribe to that as well. So thank you again. I will see you next time. Have a great week.